Hello traders and welcome to another daily level video. It is 8:43 a.m. on Friday, May the 3rd. We'll come back to this chart after the market closes, analyze any trades in the E-minis taken from these levels. See you then. It is now after 8 p.m. The market closed over 4 hours ago. From this morning's video, when we put out the daily levels, we ended on a 5-minute chart. So we're looking at a 5-minute chart again, just so you can see everything line up. But I'm going to switch to a 1-minute chart so we can get the granularity that we need. Now that we're looking at a 1-minute chart, I just want to point out a couple things before we jump to the recording of these two trades. So after 9:45, which is right here, the spiders were heading up into this 511.38 level. You'll notice I adjusted it. It's now 511.33. That's the trigger point with the 5-cent buffer. That was a trade. They hit it. They pulled back more than enough to provide a base hit. I'll show you when I get to the recording of this trade why I was in a little bit late, but no big deal. It worked out either way. When they got down to 508.69, once again, this level has been adjusted. That was a trade there, long trade. So pretty easy. It's pretty obvious at this point to see that these levels, which were calculated before the market opened this morning, long before they even got to this level. Well, they did in the pre-market. I showed you how they got up and went above 511 or so. Well, these were on the board before that ever happened in the pre-market, and they worked the rest of the day. But anyway, let's jump to the recording and let's look at this in more detail. So I said I got into this trade a little bit late. So you can see the time, it's 9:52. I'm going to start this recording at this point. So what you see here is me already in the trade, but it was after 9:45. So I missed the 9:45. They came down this level. I just left it alone. I just sold short at the market. When I opened up my computer, I went into the office, had a few things to do, got there a little bit late. It was around 9:50 by the time I got everything set up. Saw what was happening, realized this is a very good level to go short at. There was resistance at this 512, a little bit above 512. So I was willing to go ahead and go short and see what happens again. I mean, they gave the trade here. Honestly, had I been in the trade, I would have just taken it and just called it a day. Also, it was it was evident that there was a 10 o'clock data release going to happen, and we're getting pretty close to 10 o'clock. So I was willing to let that data release push the market, and it was a little bit of a gamble to see what would happen, but I felt pretty confident about this, the resistance up here. So when I start playing this trade, you'll see that I'm out of the money because they gave the base hit earlier had I got in at the right level at 511.33. So pay attention to the clock in the lower right-hand corner, because when the 10 o'clock data release comes out, they move the market. It puts me out of the money a little bit, but it didn't take long for them to come back down. And you'll notice also the $300 here represents 5 points with one contract. I was willing to buy back one and trail the remainder. And they basically stopped me out. So if you blinked, you probably missed it, but it was basically no different than if I just took both contracts off at the base hit. But anyway, I'll let this play because they went down to the next level, 508.69, and took the long trade there. And I just took two contracts off at the base hit and didn't try anything fancy or anything, didn't trail anything. So just got the base hit there. But anyway, just shows that these levels work, and it also helps to know what you're looking at on other charts. So let's scrub ahead, come down into 508.69 about 10:30, I think it was, right before 10:30. So there we go. I'll stop playing it right here. Here we go. So pretty quick trade as well. There it is. 4 points, $400 at two contracts. So a little bit over $800 today with two contracts or the two trades. And as you saw already, when we looked at the full day, let's just go back to it one more time. You saw already that they hit these levels and respected them all day long. So say what you will, the levels work the majority of the time. Today's a pretty good example of it. Let's jump to the tracking log and we'll wrap this video up. Oh, also, by the way, if you're looking at this video and you're kind of wondering why I just jumped right into the kind of the post-market analysis and the live recordings without talking too much about the pre-market, is because that all is in the video from this morning. If you've picked up on this, if you've been watching these videos, you'll notice I'm starting to do a daily level video in the morning. You have the levels, you can do whatever you want with them, the ones that I'm going to be trading for the day, and then I'm wrapping them up with a daily recap video. So you need to watch the other video. I'll go ahead and maybe throw a little card or a link here and click this. It'll give you a link on the bottom in the comment section of that video if you want to go back and watch it from this morning. With the two base hits playing by the rules, it was pretty simple. A base hit on, or the two levels, two trades, a base hit on each one, so 8 ES points. You can see what you would have gotten with 2 contracts. That's what I was trading today. Here's what I did. Same thing, but I got a little bit more, a couple ticks on the trailer. Wasn't a whole lot, but I got a little extra with my 2 contracts. And you saw that happen in the recording. So those were the trades. Pretty good way to end the week. I hope you found this interesting and helpful. Thanks for watching, supporting the channel, subscribing if you haven't already. I appreciate it. And have a great day and weekend. We'll see you next week.